This is the day you dream of. This is finally, we got good waves on tap for the championship tour and an incredible heat to start up this elimination round.
E.Ewing at J-Bay, what a classic. It's just made so much sense that he ended up winning this event and looking for a third CT victory as we already got things started. Ethan having the wild card in this round. Adin Masencamp getting the opening ride.
Yeah, well, let's see what he has here. I mean, again, this is the day. You almost need to settle down a little bit because you could over froth. You have to pick the right waves with the right pace. But Adin, from South Africa here, and he oops a little bit. I mean, this is a big moment, right? First time on the championship tour, man-on-man heat, and against the defending champion, there will be nerves for sure, especially with the conditions being like they are. You're just like so much energy focused on you. That's where I feel like you need to kind of settle in to your heat, right? Dial it back. Don't just go in super frothed out. Great start here for E.Ewing, but I think he has more to give us as well. But again, just applying that early pressure. Choosing the second wave generally is a good call at J-Bay. Letting Adin take that first wave, but look, just completely polished all the way to the end, and it's going to be a great start for him.
What's the biggest difference between the first and second wave?
Just that it moves down the reef a little bit further. It tends to hit the super tube section a little better, and it has a better pace. That first wave always looks so good, but you have to chase it in the beginning usually, or even the whole wave, you're kind of running down the line. So second wave just slightly bigger, has a better pace on the reef. Not always, but from this morning, watching conditions, that's generally what it's been. Is there is going to be at least a 2 or 3 wave set. Number 2 is the one to get.
Little fin drift, just to put in a little extra on that, but he created space with an aggressive climb on that section.
And again, showcasing the variety, and that's what Ethan does so well. It's every section a little bit different. It is a perfect wave, but he is able to change the angles of approach, come out with a little different speeds at times, accelerating when he needs to, which is a good growth experience,
and
really.
Adin said he wouldn't change a thing. He's loving where he's at now as we look at this amazing wave setting up for the wild card. Masencamp with a big draw in the pocket. Fell on a snap on his opener. Clean wrap off the lip, good tempo, hammers it right on the money. He'll pull in for the vision, the wild.
Let's take a look here first at Adin Masencamp, and of course he got into this event by his results on the Challenger Series. Started off the season really well, got a 9th place up in that first event at the Gold Coast, and then was able to get a 17th. And that's big results. I mean, that's definitely helps his confidence. Unfortunate here that barrel wasn't going to stay open. The energy needs to be pretty darn strong to keep that open section there. I liked what he was doing there because of where he was. These turns here, you want to be able to drive through them. And that was a beautiful snap right there to back it up. And then the barrel, into the barrel. We saw that technical barrel riding is going to be rewarded today. And there will be some tubes, I'm sure.
And he's down. And world number 3 is setting that rail, the DHD. E.Ewing back to the lip. Nice controlled free fall. Nice pace through the downtime and swinging right in the pocket again. More straight up through a heavy section. Right on the money again with a solid power hack. Great decision making from Ewing. A lot of different types of hooks there in the pocket. Advantage to the Australian on that last exchange.
Again, wave number 2, one of those waves that I always feel like it just moves down the reef a little bit further. It's able to go into that open water, and this one feels steeper, right? So it's a little bit more energy involved in this wave for E.Ewing. Had to pass this section up, but I think there was this one moment where he kind of gets a little bit off timing, but he was able to fix his body adjustment right there, where he gets stuck in the lip, but he was able to just move those arms and get around it with flow and get the finish. So this is another wave or another exchange where Ethan's going to get the better of it. But look at those arcs. I mean, that outside arc, look at the body placement where he just, his upper body, everything is there. He changes the arms a little bit, contingent on what that section is calling for, where he has to keep that speed momentum going down the line. But always such great upper body.
So talented, fitting in a lot of different types of turns, even over the hollow part of the wave. Doesn't get more critical than that. Well done for E.Ewing.
I did hear some foam. I heard some crashing, and I was like, okay, confidence is high that we're going to have some waves this morning. And sure enough, here we are, blessed.
I was right behind you, Pete. 3:30 a.m. wake-up call on a day like today. Couldn't wait. As we see the setup start from Adin Masencamp, the wild card from Cape Town. Beautiful high line approach to stretch this one out down the line. Tagging it. Well-placed snap there. Belting it with the layback. Another fall for the wild card.
And you can hear the crowd trying to root him on.
Still scored on your top two. Coming off the roof with Adin Masencamp. Throwing down a nice big hack in the pocket. Looking comfortable here. Bowley section. And another one where he grabs a rail. A lot of falls, a lot of nerves from our wild card from Cape Town. Still comboed against E.Ewing.
As we watch this replay here, a little better for Adin Masencamp in regards to the maneuver choices, you know, trying to mix it up, but just the unfortunate falls it's just not going to work for him. Little lack in size of this wave as well. I think he's just trying to go, hey, I need to settle myself, and that's not going to help.
Now having a look. The man to beat at Jeffreys Bay, defending champ. Lovely, lively. Little rock and roll flow off the lip line. But just only good for one move. That's a throwaway for Ewing.
That's just great heat IQ, understanding where you are in the lineup.
As we'll now see the first snap from Masencamp. Wild card with a big rooftop float and another fall. I think now it's actually become like a healthy, allowable conversation among the Challenger Series surfers. I was catching up with Mitch Colapinto, and he's always impressed that people are actually talking about strengths and weaknesses mentally and being open about sharing that. As we look at the wrap from Ewing. Big gouge right there. Always smooth in between turns. This section's going to keep him honest, so his situation with his keepers will remain the same.
As we watch the replay here, just this beautiful work, upper body from E.Ewing. You see that arm placement. You know, we talk about throwing pizzas, but if you look at his arms, the way he is doing those snaps, he's rotating his arms. Was able to figure it out how to do it, and sure enough, here we are implementing it.
Ewing will dig into this one. Trying to better one of his 7 spheres. He hits it off the lip. There's the flow. He steps off. So he hasn't changed anything out front since his first 2 rides in the matchup against Masencamp. Priority is with Adin Masencamp. He's got to move now, though, if he wants a chance of breaking a combination against Ewing. The man from Cape Town getting started. Clean wrapping turn. Throwing down a little bit of variety on that arc. Nice pace as his waves staying really full at the moment. He's hoping for more of a bowl down the line. But he's managing that, all the sections well. A little more of a wrapping turn. Now he's got a lip to...
In order to get himself out of combination so he can do it in one wave. And I think he's just going to be right there, barely. I mean, this is that wave didn't have a ton of energy, as you mentioned. First wave of the set. It's going to have a good pace on it, but again, critical sections were not there. It was just a little bit flat on the face for all of these maneuvers. Unfortunately, we're not able to really lay in. That was a beautiful arc right there. But again, a fall at the end, you know, and that taste being left in the judge's mouth. Always difficult to put big numbers on a fall at the end. Although we've seen it in the past. Kelly, matter of fact, he fell at the end of a wave.
I know the final you're talking about.
Yeah, against Andy Irons. And then the outside wave here from Ewing, a little bit bigger, but again, ran down real quick. This wasn't one of the bigger sets where the wave number 2 was going to put it in a little deeper water and slow it down. It just raced on the top part of the point here and gets caught behind. But just love those arcs from Ewing.
Running out of time in the first heat of the elimination round. World number 3 doing a great job to establish himself early in the contest. Ewing on a victory lap now. 7-5, 7-2-3. Eliminating wildcard Adin Masencamp from the event. And he'll just enjoy another great J-Bay ride all the way into the rocks. Well done there. Established his lead early and never looked back, as he'll move on into the round of 16.
And look at him. He's already through into the next round. And now it's going to be a big one coming into the round of 16.
Where we reseed once again. So everyone in the final 5 on the men's side through the round of 16.